Hello everyone, in today's video we are going to Dockerize our database. Here is an important point to understand first. We are not creating a Dockerfile for MySQL because Docker already provides us with an official ready to use MySQL image. So all we need to do is pull the image and run it as a container. Okay, let's start by opening our PowerShell and type in the following command, which is docker pull MySQL 8. This is very important. You should always use the same MySQL version that your backend application is configured to use to avoid any compatibility or mismatch issues. After hitting enter, Docker pulls the image from the official MySQL library, and once it's finished, we can see that the image has been successfully pulled. Next, run this command. So let me explain this command real quick. The -d means run the container in the dashed mode, which is in the background basically. The -- name calls database. This one for naming our database, so you can choose whatever name you want. For MySQL root password, set the root password for MySQL and make sure this password matches your MySQL password, and also the same password that is used in your backend exactly in the application properties file. For MySQL database, this automatically creates a database named course management. I named it course management because my Spring Boot application is an e-learning website. For this part of the command right here, it exposes the MySQL port and maps it to the same port on our machine, so make sure it matches your SQL port. For the last part, which is MySQL 8, it specifies the MySQL image and version we want to run. After pressing enter, the container starts running. So now to check if the container is running or no, I type docker ps because this command shows all the currently running containers. And here we can see our MySQL container among the list. Now to verify, let's go to Docker desktop, and under image, we can clearly see that the MySQL image has been added successfully. Now to make one last verification, let's type this command to display all the containers, including running or stopped containers. Here we can see our MySQL container, front-end container, and back-end container. So now let's test by typing this command to start our MySQL container. After hitting enter, we can note that Docker returns the container name. That means the container started successfully. Now to enter to MySQL container, I run this command that allows us to open a terminal inside the container. When it works, you will see a bash prompt, which means we are now inside the container environment. So let's go ahead and type this command. The -u root specifies the MySQL user, and the -p asks for the password. So enter the same password we used earlier, so you can connect to your SQL. Once connected, we see the message welcome to MySQL monitor, which confirms that MySQL is running correctly. Now to verify the database, I ran this command. Here we can see our databases. That confirms our database was created successfully. Now by typing this command, I selected our application database because we are going to use the course management. We can note that Docker confirms that the database has changed. So let's go ahead and run this command. This checks whether tables exist or are ready to be created by the backend. At this point, our MySQL container is fully working, and we now have a front-end container, a backend container, and the MySQL database container. In the next video, we'll run the entire application on Docker, bringing all the containers together and running everything without needing to open any framework and host our application locally.